Hey Gayatri,
Hi
what's up?
Anurag, how are
I
you?
all good, all good. How's the weather in Mumbai? Seems like raining.
It's
Is it?
hot actually. Today is a hot day, but normally we've been blessed with some good rains, so can't complain about that.
Hi-fi on that. Hot. Delhi is also hot today.
Oh,
Yeah.
Delhi heat is much worse though.
But Delhi eat is very better. You get good food in
Very
Delhi.
great
Delhi is the
food.
food capital. You being Bhati, you should understand the food culture in Delhi is like wow. Mumbai misses
Of
that food.
course, but
Mumbai misses that food.
very debatable.
Yeah.
You get really good food in Bombay. You need to come next time you're around. I'll show you around what to eat, where to eat. You will love it.
Done. With the Amchi Mumbaikar, obviously I would want to unravel the entire Mumbai city once more.
Yeah,
How
the
did
Bombay.
this entire saucery? Because every time I hear of saucery and I try saucery, it's like Harmony Granger coming up with a new spell called Leviosa. Is like the saucery. How did this name came up actually?
That's exactly where we were inspired. The whole, of course, Harry Potter is like a unending rage. Everybody loves it. It's basically become legendary. So the idea that I had when I started out was we wanted to kind of create a magical experience for people when they enter the kitchen, for something for them to just fall in love with, right? In terms of the food that they're eating. So the thought of magic and food was something that was very closely going on in our head, and like it was something that we were paying a lot of attention to. And then I realized that what we're making is sauces. So magic, food, sauces, saucery. So that's basically how the idea came up. Completely inspired by the likes of Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, all of that. Yeah.
So on that note, I can tell you that I have had Chezwan, I've had pesto, I've had hummus. But what I've done is I've always, whenever I log on to my Netflix in the night when my wife, my kid, everybody is asleep, I take up my nachos packets. I use either
Yeah.
Chezwan or hummus and then keep grabbing into it. And it's like addictive, super addictive. On the one side, you have the content which is there on the screen, which is going in, and second side, it's like, हाथ रुकता नहीं है भाई कुछ तो करो. And then,
Yeah.
watching Family Man, I got a family pack. 8 packs तो बहुत दूर के लिए हो गए.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I'm sure.
how did you guys start? When did you start? How big is the team?
We basically started off as, just me and two other guys. And now, knock on wood, the team has obviously become much larger. So now we're about 40 odd people. It's going really well. Like I said, it was that one chota sa table with one chota sa fridge. Fridge may also we barely occupied any space. We just had a shelf, right? Now we have a full-blown manufacturing unit. Our core team is still extremely, extremely lean. So we're just 5 or 6 people who manage, and all the entire operations in terms of like the office presence, etc. And the factory from that one table has now become a good, full-blown manufacturing unit with like 20 people reporting there. I'm not counting the 20 people on our own roads, of course. So yeah, so tremendous growth from where we started, but beginnings are always small, especially when you're starting your own business. So
Have you reached out to all modern trade, general trade? What all cities have you expanded the business to?
unfortunately, COVID hit us a little hard because at that time we were moving our manufacturing operations from one location to another. So unfortunately, we got stuck with no manufacturing in the middle. So for 4 months, we had no manufacturing, which means therefore there was no product to sell. And because there was no product to sell, we shut off our operations in many cities. So Bangalore, we shut off. Pune, we shut off. Like a lot of these ancillary cities, we shut off. What we did in the beginning of COVID was we completely reapproached our entire distribution footprint. So instead of being in Bombay, Pune, Delhi, Bangalore, a little bit of Chennai, a little bit of Hyderabad, which is what we were earlier, we restricted ourselves to just Bombay and Delhi. And that was an excellent learning because despite having restricted ourselves to just Bombay and Delhi, we were doing the same or more numbers. you know so we basically realized that we hadn't penetrated Bombay and Delhi only well enough, and we had already started spraying too much, too wide. So we kind of took a more focused approach later, and that really worked out well for us. So now we are primarily Bombay and Delhi focused, of course, we have ample opportunity to grow within both cities and in the rest of the geographies as well. Within Bombay and Delhi, we've tapped into a lot of modern trade and general trade. Delhi for us is a newer market than Bombay is, so we've not explored modern trade as aggressively there. So in Delhi, we've done more general trade actually, but for our kind of products, it's more premium general trade stores that would work initially. So we've started off with the premium general trade stores. Now we'll obviously expand to, every single store that you can think of, whether it's modern trade, general trade, whatever, which can hold our products in Delhi as well. So yeah. So now the growth plan has become very aggressive to very deeply penetrate into Bombay and Delhi, and also take a very focused geographic approach with every city that we go into, and so many cities left to explore. So, yeah.
There's something that, whenever since childhood we have been ordering with garlic breads and pizzas and all, we always felt कि इसमें थोड़ा spice होना चाहिए. They've done something like this, something like that. So these Maggi guys came with Maggi masala, 4 rupees, 5 rupees packet. And then we used to add it on our dal, sabzi, whatever felt like, to add a new taste to it. Something like that I have felt with Saucery always, that, when you order something and you feel like there's something not still right about it, you can just add a spoon of it from there and mix it up and eat it up. So any plans of, having these additional cohorts coming into it and tying up with, say, these garlic bread brands and stuff and all, QSRs basically?
Yeah, so I have a very collaborative approach to the business in any case. I think that in general, whether it's founder to founder or whether it's, our company with a KFC or a Domino's or whatever, business is all about a win-win situation, right? So anywhere that we can create a win-win situation, we are open to do it. At the moment, because of Corona, we've stalled our plans in terms of exploring institutional sales and Horeca, because basically most institutions are those shut only, na? Like with regards to, like we were supplying to some restaurant chains and all. If a restaurant chain has 30 outlets, out of the 30 outlets right now, only 2 are operational across the country. So then we decided to step back on our plans with that. As of now, we will explore it in the future. We are happy to create products also which would be exactly tuned to what they require. As of immediately, we're not aggressively looking into it. Again, so we make the product, and whoever would like to use it, we're more than happy to, give it to them. Cloud kitchens, again, we have been working with some of them. So we are doing, 1 kg packs and like slightly higher grammage basically for Horeca and institutional needs. And we service them very happily. They require a longer shelf life. The only thing is, our retail formulation is something that is very precious to us. It's what our brand has been built on. So we don't like to give the exact same formulation out elsewhere. So we create, and it's also a very expensive formulation. Most hotels and restaurants and the likes can't even afford it, because we use some very premium ingredients. We use very high quality stuff in our products, and I'm very, very, very particular about the quality of the products when someone has to consume it. So under our brand, the formula might be a little too expensive for, say, a hotel or a restaurant or the likes. So for them, we make products which fit their requirements better, and we're happy to serve them. Yeah.
Nice. And so when you were trying to reach out to new customers, acquire new customers and all, how is your digital spends being controlled?
So, honestly, Anurag, we had built our brand completely on retail, physical. Okay. So in the last year, we've had to really juggle our revenue mix and kind of change up who it is that is purchasing from us, or who it is that we are selling to rather, or how are we selling to them. So all our marketing spends used to be completely physically driven, where we had a lot of sales promoters standing in the stores and giving product, to people to sample. The whole idea being that, like I said, we wanted to create magic in the kitchen, and people will only know that the taste profile is magical once they actually consume it and once they experience it, right? So I wanted to push that more experiential marketing a lot more aggressively. So we were doing a lot of exhibitions, a lot of sampling events. Now, instead, then in the beginning of COVID, we had to completely rewind and, re-gear basically. So we shifted our attention to online. So digital marketing, because it was so new for us, we didn't fully understand it as well. And being a cold chain product, it's hard for us to reach, say, somebody in Guwahati or somebody in Visakhapatnam or somebody in, even Calcutta, for that matter of fact. Just because we require to maintain a certain temperature within the whole delivery mechanism. We did spend a fair amount on ads in the beginning. And then again, we kind of re-looked at that and figured out where we were doing well, where we were not doing well, and adjusted things accordingly. So we started digital marketing. I mean, our one learning was very clear. It's just that Instagram is the portal for us. I think people like to see food. They like to
talk about it, gossip about it,
and they love to take photos of their food. It's such a trend now, right? Restaurant mein jao, everybody will take one photo fat quickly of their pizza and then upload it on Instagram. So that was something we realized, and then we were like, okay, people are really, when it comes to food, they're really giving Instagram only attention. So let's just go deep into Instagram. So that's what we started doing.
Nice. So Gayatri, for the next 2 minutes, let's do a rapid fire round and unbox you as a person.
Oh wow, scary. Okay.
So shall we start?
Sure.
Harry Potter or Hermione Granger?
Hermione.
Okay. Favorite spell?
Skip. Too many.
Too many. Okay. Your favorite childhood memory on bunking?
I found a litter of puppies in my building, just behind my building when I went down to play as a kid. I found a whole litter of puppies which had just been birthed by their mother. So they were still with the mom. And, I got to see that, and I kind of got to be a part of it for a little bit. But it was something very precious to me. So
nice. Android or iOS?
Android, any day.
Shopify or Magento?
Sorry? Shopify.
Razorpay or PayU?
PayU.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mac or Windows?
Very torn, because I use a Mac as my laptop, but I'm an Android person in general. I'm actually going to go with Windows. Especially when you do a lot of work on Excel, it's much better.
Delhi or Mumbai?
Bombay, any day. Not even Mumbai, Bombay.
They say that you can take Gayatri out of Punjab, but you can't take a Punjabi out of Gayatri. Any comments?
I'm not Punjabi. This is a very,
Because your surname is Bhatia, so I thought you were Punjabi.
No. I'm a full cocktail. I'm Gujarati, Sindhi, and Marathi.
Oh, nice. That's something new that we got to know today. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Your first car?
I'm a very typical Taurus.
Yeah.
My first car was a Mitsubishi CDR.
Nice. First mobile?
I don't even know that. Like maybe that Nokia 6600 or something like that.
That was a good phone. We sold very
good phone. Completely unbreakable.
Yeah, and a very good camera also. Center button.
Yeah, I think that was my first one.
Your school?
I went to a school called Dhirubhai Ambani International School.
Nice. And you have 2 a.m. friends. Any of 2 of them?
Unfortunately, most of my closest friends are very early birds, so they all sleep by like 10. I'm the opposite. I sleep at 2, 3, 4, whatever. So I typically have to resort to my friends who are not in India. So Karan Shah, Anirudh, Jennifer, like all these people, they start becoming my 2 a.m., 3 a.m. friends because they're still awake. That's being the biggest criteria.
Your favorite cosmetic brand?
Good question. I'm just going to play safe with MAC.
Yeah. H&M or Zara?
Zara.
New York or London for fashion destination?
I'm not a very fashionable person. London, maybe. I don't know.
Any place that you would want to visit once the pandemic is getting over or something like
that? Singapore.
Good. It's a good hub for business.
It's a great hub for business, tax haven. Also, I have a lot of friends and family there. So.
Jimmy Choo or Versace?
Versace. I've recently fallen in love with Versace.
How many countries have you been
I
traveling?
have traveled a lot actually. I've been to around 38 countries, I think. 37
Road
countries.
trips or sea trips?
Road trips. Yeah.
Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you for giving me time and helping me to understand the brand and unravel and unbox you also in the process. Let's have these conversations more often and keep talking and talking about it.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Anurag. I really love the energy you bring. Whenever we have a conversation, you're so full of life. It just makes me also get a bit of a jolt and get excited again. So yeah, really nice talking to you.
Thank you so much. And that's how unboxing happens here. Here is it.